Hey everybody, Judge here. Now that we've reached the final episode of Critical Role Comparisons, I want to take a quick moment to thank you all for your time and your comments throughout this series. If you've enjoyed this series, I suggest you check out the previous episode, the Orthax battle, where I try my hand at some visual effects editing to beef up the battles a little bit. That being said, if you would like to see more, please go ahead and subscribe and comment down below. Now on with the show.
About 5 minutes of following her, the path leads up and then crests, and there is a room that smells awful. It's similar to the kind of acrid scent that the room was filled with when the acid was pouring into the room. There's a whole series of other chemicals, and inside you can see there's a number of laboratory setups in here. You get the feeling this is probably where a lot of this particular acidic concoction that was fine-tuned for the Stone of Whitestone was created, or at least honed by Ripley. Without a beat, Cassandra just walks up to the edge and just throws Lila's body in. And then disappears beneath the surface as the hissing, bubbling noise takes over the silence of the room.
Everyone ready?
What, you mean we have to leave this delightful place?
She just sits there and just watches it sink. Cassandra turns back around.
She was too dangerous to let live.
What about you?
How's that gun barrel of yours?
Yeah.
I pull out the broken barrel and inspect it.
Looking at it, you can see Delilah's name is missing from the barrel entirely. Cassandra's name is still on the barrel, and so is Ripley's.
But why?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
11.
Okay. Just looking at it, it looks like the names are there, blazoned as to where they were before.
I'm going to just take the broken gun and point it at my sister. What do I feel?
Currently nothing.
I think I'm all right. I think I may be all right.
The demon is gone, Scanlan. The curse is lifted.
Why don't you toss that thing into the acid just in case?
Kind of what I'm thinking, yes.
What? Are you forgetting the smoke? And the whole I'm insane with vengeance thing?
I'm going to do something else.
Are you gonna shoot your sister like you just pointed your gun at her, or what was that about?
You were the one who wouldn't give me the other gun.
I gave you the
I'm
other
gonna
gun.
go over to the little lab setup. Is there some acid there?
Yeah, a brief look around, you can see there are many different compounds, different strengths of acid, kind of what a lot of the initial kind of experimentation was.
I'm gonna start trying to scar her name off the barrel.
Okay. You take a moment and eventually manage to scar and dissolve enough of the exterior of that barrel until the name is no longer visible.
I think it's fine.
You think it's fine?
Lovely.
You're gonna have to have some faith.
I don't have any faith.
But you got
Here,
to
we'll
have
make a
faith.
deal. I'll let you keep that gun if you give me the other one.
No.
So glad that your smoke monster is seemingly gone, Percy. That's wonderful news. The spinning orb of death, however, is still back there.
Problem.
So we should probably figure out what to do.
Oh, hey, what about that thing at the top of the zipper twat? The spinning orb of death?
Well, I think
About that.
perhaps we can talk to Keeper Yennen, perhaps put together some priests.
One of our holy men already went to investigate it. Hopefully, it's not dangerous.
Deal with that. Enlist the help of the entire town now that there's no longer a revolution to be fought.
Yeah, that's a solid plan.
Cassandra,
Maybe we'll see Ripley on the way out.
wouldn't that be nice?
Keeper Yennen, did any of you see a woman named Ripley flee from the palace? Tattered clothes, missing hand, total sociopath?
I'm afraid not.
Probably not gonna
I just had a thought, Percy. I cast friends on him.
You son of a bitch!
Friendship.
I think I know how to fix your gun if you hand it to me.
Never in my right mind would I hand my gun.
Go ahead and make a be a persuasion check. And you go ahead and make an insight check.
My insight is 21.
I rolled a natural 20.
You're going to cost me so much money.
You look down at this gnome, and while he's normally pretty silly and jovial, in this moment there's an honest spark of his own inspiration in his eyes.
I don't think so, buddy.
I'm so upset that I have to do this.
Wink.
Regardless of its origin, it can still prove to be an effective weapon.
I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you.
You don't know.
He will.
He's your friend.
He will.
You're not mad at all.
For like another 3 minutes.
Yeah, roleplay for 3 minutes, Towson.
I hand him the broken gun.
Begrudgingly, you reach out and place it in his hand and release.
I say thank you, Percy. I think in due time you will thank me for this. And I toss it into the acid. As I say, when the spell fades, he's gonna be super pissed. Somebody protect me.
Yeah, maybe you're... Nah.
Okay.
You want to hop on my shoulders?
Yes, I go run and jump on.
As you watch it arc forward in your head, you're like, that fucking gnome. The spell fades. You hear him say that. And just as it... Boom,
You know how much that cost?
You're not going to get that, are you?
I reach in to try and grab it out.
No, Percy, and I reached out and I grabbed his
He
hands.
threw it. You threw it, though, right?
No, he dropped it.
He lobbed it. It wasn't
Lobbed
a
it.
huge throw.
I cost hold person at 3rd level.
On
As
Percy.
I reach up and I grab his hands as well.
That was so expensive. That was so expensive.
Make a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
With advantage.
Son of a fuck. Son of a fuck.
Hero's feast working against you.
You're the Lord of Castle Whitestone. You've got some money.
Wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
15. 18.
What's your DC?
My difficulty class, 18.
You're like, that costs you...
Thank you.
I always
Keyleth.
fail rolls against Percy.
Thank you,
It sucks.
A few moments pass. You don't even see it beneath the surface now. You just see a little bit of some fume released from whatever slow process is
I
dissolving.
step in front of him as he's unconscious and I go, Percy.
God, let's get out of here.
Here. You'll thank us for this later, I
He's
know it.
paying for a new one.
I kiss his cheek and say, I'm so sorry.
He's paying for a new one.
We'll get you a new one, Percy.
I'm gonna have to. Oh God.
As you're watching this, there's a small, from the fume, a small plume of black smoke goes.
See?
And that cold nugget in the center of your chest
It was.
is gone.
How bloody long it will take me to make another...
It feels good, doesn't it?
Doesn't it feel good?
You fucking genius!
Hey, how'd you know that demon was still in there?
Total guess.
That was so expensive.
Oh, come on.
Oh, just throw the carpet in there now. Why don't you?
Oh, that's personal. That hurts.
Well, I'll be damned.
Thank you, Scanlan.
Cassandra steps up to you and takes your head in her hands and forces you to look at her and goes, "Brother, we've all made sacrifices for this." She slaps you. Oh, that's a 21.
He's
19 plus 2.
He's held right now, isn't he?
I hold
And-
my fist way up high to Scanlan on Grog's shoulder for a silent little exploding fist bump.
And she looks to you and goes, Cassandra gives you a look to,
You were never Mother's favorite.
Let's not be petty.
She told me.
Let's not be petty, Percy.
You sure, Ultimate? You sure? Did you hear what he just said to you? You sure?
it came out as,
I let it go.
Amazing.
okay, your muscle control comes back to you, and Cassandra's holding your freshly slapped face, catches you again and goes, "Brother, let's go to our people. Let's tell them that for the first time in 5 years, Whitestone is free."
Oh God. Yeah, I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go.
And she reaches over and she takes your arm in her arm.
Bigger and better than before.
Oh,
Promise.
God. She takes your arm in her arm and begins walking both of you back towards the tunnels.
Oh, that one was enchanted. Okay. 2 enchantments. Yeah, alright.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and take a quick bathroom break.
Oh, man.
See you guys back here in a few minutes.
But you're still alive.
I'm not alive.
You're not controlled anymore.
I walk up to a particularly handsome widow and I say,
Oh, God. Oh, God.
your husband...
Pike is right here.
Oh. Your husband died for a good cause. Thanks, bye.
Oh, hello, handsome. Scanlan Shorthalt, rebel leader. Yeah, you've probably heard of me. Anyway, I may need a bed tonight. You see, freedom fighting is tiring work. So I was just wondering if maybe...
Pike is shocked. Pike is shocked and offended.
Sorry, Pike. Why are you looking at me like that, Pike?
Urge to kill rising.
Pike, stop it! Stop it, Pike!
As you walk away, she looks really confused and kind of clutches her chest in horror for a moment. As one of the soldiers walking with you kind of steps by her side, looking at you curiously, and gives her a kiss on the cheek. And just, who was that man?
Oh, sorry.
As you say this, Yennen goes, "Not anymore, there isn't. Follow me."
Oh.
Ooh, shit.
Are there any young boys around?
He stops in his tracks and looks over his shoulder and goes, "What?"
I just need a young, fleet-footed boy.
See, the last time I asked for a young boy, people gave me shit too.
No, we're gonna give him shit. There's no problem here.
He slowly turns away and keeps walking forward.
Or a girl. No, wait, it sounds weird.
No, you can't say it in the right way. It's impossible.
No.
Innocent request.
The people have begun following behind your procession towards the center of the city.
Bring me your smallest, most helpless child.
That's gonna explode.
All right, show us what you want to show us, Yennen.
Few moments later.
I find a young boy.
Yes, Scanlan?
Or a soldier. And I give him 15 gold. And I say, for the love of God, find me fucking beret.
All right, sir. And the boy takes the gold and rushes off, kind of looking at his hands, the boon he's been given by this practically same height man. They don't see gnomes here very often. It's been very confusing.
No one does.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Thank you. Do it.
A few moments pass before the boy returns. In his hand, a...
At a second-hand store.
Yeah, make it look cooler on him.
There it
He
is.
made it dorky.
Scanlan the Revolutionary.
I don't think it's a beret. I don't think he made it dorky. I think it comes with that already sewn in.
There it is. There it is. It looks good. It looks good, Scanlan.
There you go. Thank you, young boy. Whatever your name was. What was your name, young boy?
Make it good.
Randall?
Thank you, Randall. You've made me a very happy small man.
He brings you the change.
Oh no, keep the change. It's all right. Go buy yourself a goose. The biggest goose in town.
With a beret.
And he darts off excitedly.
Goose!
And by the strength of blood. From the willingness to sacrifice. Pardon me.
Start that one again.
Still very beautiful.
It's good. It's so beautiful.
Here's a sitcom. I can hold this all day.
Percival's just waiting for his introduction.
To the stone cold motherfucker
To the return of those valiants we once thought lost. Percival.
Duh.
He's just shrugging. Look.
I was just talking to the tree. It talked back.
Sarah.
Shit. Everyone is hiding because of everyone's hiding.
No privacy.
You get privacy. It's your moment.
So, Max just stands there, not saying anything, just looking at you.
He said it.
Don't look at him. Don't look at him.
Sorry. I don't know. I'm really confused.
Vax says, alright. And walks off.
Wait. I'd be lying if I said often night when I go to sleep, your face is the last thing that crosses my mind.
And it's the first time anyone's ever said that to me.
But with the weight of the world and the weight of the contact embarrassment from our fellow party currently, it's hard to focus on. You said that when you were near death. We say a lot of things when we're near death. How do I know that's what you were truly feeling?
I didn't say it out loud. I just thought it. You mean... I meant what I said yesterday.
You told her.
Oh yeah, no, you said that out loud. Yeah, no, that wasn't in your head.
I wore a mask for a long time where I grew up. And I'm not going to do that anymore. Oh, wait.
Wait.
For you.
Okay. I don't know what else to say right now. I'm really tired. Really tired. I think there's also a part of me that... just afraid.
We have responsibilities. To the realm, to my Aramente.
Don't do anything. Don't change anything. I haven't lied. I've told the truth. If you'll have me, I'm yours. If you don't want me, I understand.
I just can't. I'm sorry.
And that's all there is to say. And then I actually walk off.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk away.
I stay by the tree.
Okay. As this is happening, and he walks off, you guys are there at the table, kind of just now noticing that both of them have been missing. You see Keyleth kind of stunned, standing by the sun tree, as Keeper Yennen approaches you once again. As the crowd begins to die off a little bit, Keeper Yennen kind of gives you all a look and kind of beckons you over. You wouldn't mind a moment of your time. I think there are a few things we need to discuss. There is no real way that we can show our appreciation of what you've done for our people. First and foremost, there are funds within the Dorello family treasury left behind by the Briarwoods that we hope could help compensate for some of your expenditures and hardships you've undergone.
So many, just so many.
Understood. This is, of course, at the behest of the Drolo family, who are the inheritors of this fortune.
Oh. Thanks, Percy.
Percival, you're looking very attractive today.
I know. Very appropriate.
Now, we've had a few weeks of peace and recovery, but going forward, there needs to be a governing force.
What happens now?
I would like to ask of your wisdom and guidance, all of you, in deciding on what is to become the future of this city.
Will you stay and rebuild?
This is your birthright, and you've earned it.
It was really not my birthright. I was not raised to rule.
My entire adult life has been driven by fear and vengeance. That's not the temperament of a leader.
But you would be a fantastic ruler.
Perhaps it's time for a council. Perhaps it's time for shared rule. There should always be a Drolo in Whitestone, but...
A Drolo has watched over this land for 200 years.
Perhaps we could share the weight.
We could. I could.
Yennen, would you be comfortable sharing some of this burden?
He's taken it back from when things he goes, well, in the sense of a council that you're recommending, that would be certainly a more comfortable position for one such as myself. And there are a number of community leaders that have really stepped up and shown their true quality. Yes, this could be done. We'd have to ask the people, of course, of the city.
Do the Drolos still stay in the giant castle? Or does that go to somebody else then?
I think the Drolos keep the castle, but I think we use
like
the
this
castle to a religious leader, someone from the farming community, someone from the economic community, someone from a trade community, and someone
from the gnome community.
From the
From the gnome community.
From the citizenry.
Gnome community.
From some known community, yes.
I accept.
Interests will be thought of, and there will always be a noble to be a tiebreaker when necessary, and to judge from a place of greater good.
Percy, can I be trusted? Do you trust me?
Our people will see me as a traitor.
If the people of this town knew what I had done, what I was responsible for all these years...
You mean surviving being held hostage? Surviving an ambush and being pelted with arrows?
They will see you as a survivor. Everyone here suffered from the Briarwoods, but you endured it.
All things considered, I think that you're more trustworthy than I am at this point. Let's not forget that I was the one who let you down first. You were born for this. You were instructed in how to do this where I never was.
Of all our family, you were the bravest. You are the true heir to Whitestone.
And now you've got 4 other people keeping an eye on you.
She kind of smiles and closes her eyes for a moment. What you say is true. If it so pleases this intended council, it would be my honor to represent the Drolo bloodline in keeping this town safe.
We live as long as Whitestone lives. Help me ensure it lives forever.
Keeper goes, and so be it. I shall inquire with the people of this town. We will forge a council voted by the greater peoples of this place. And we shall restore Whitestone to its former glory. All right, Scanlan.
I'm a weak ass.
I wanted to do 4 things.
Yeah.
1, I composed an epic poem.
Ha-ha! My masterpiece is complete! The epic story of our adventure. The dragon, the vampires, the cyclops I vanquished.
To commemorate the rebels rising up against the empire that had kept them down for so long.
Oh no.
Sort of a force that had awakened. I call it Resident Evil. I don't know why. Because they're residents and there was evil. I couldn't come up with another name for it. They're residents of the town and there was an evil.
Right, totally.
Yeah, that's all so I'm looking for a publisher.
Read it. This tale is far too great for a lousy book.
Okay, good, good. There may be a grand opportunity at the Winter's Crest Festival to perform this, so...
No, our legend shall be told in song.
Disney and Capcom will be calling you.
I also wanted to make sure that we were using the treasury, coordinating with Percy to open a library for the people to help them rebuild their place, which sounds like Vax is already on. I also commissioned a portrait of myself. I don't know if I found a young artisan in town and I paid him some coin to paint me something that could possibly hang and keep Grayskull in the dining room.
Okay. You do find after asking around for a few days, you managed to discover that there is a budding local artist who doesn't really believe in his artwork. He currently works in the stables on the far southwest side of town. But people have seen some of his work and trying to bolster him. So you're sent in his direction, and as you get to there, you can see him. He's currently in the process of actually cutting through one of his recent works that he wasn't happy with, and he's kind of violently tearing through it. And as you step into the stable, he kind of stops and puts it off to the side. Sorry, sir, can I help you?
Hello. My name is Scanlan Shorthalt. I was the leader of the rebellion that just defeated Lord and Lady Briarwood.
Oh, well, the pleasure is mine. He was now averting his gaze and almost like bowing his head like your royalty. He seems very flustered and flushed by the sudden appearance.
So, we sticking around a while or what? I could get used to being a hero.
I hear you are a budding artist, and I'm if nothing else, a supporter of the arts.
I have my talents are far unrefined and nowhere near powerful or decent enough for your intentions.
Well, I believe in you, and I need you for a very important commission. A great good has been done here by the rebels, by the townspeople, with the help of Vox Machina, and of course with the help of Vox Machina's leader, myself. And therefore, I'm here to commission a humble portrait of myself. You may not know him, but there was a folk hero in my town growing up. His name was Fabio. He would frequently pose with wind-blown hair and an open shirt on a horse. I was thinking something like that. And also I have this figure of Pike. She's a friend of mine. I'd like her on the back of the horse, arms around my waist, looking just super hot. That's possible.
Make a persuasion check. Only because he's so down on his own skills.
33.
As you're telling this tale, he goes from bashful and meek to staring off in the distance, the artistic inspiration kind of rolling through his head. He begins finishing your sentences as you're describing scenery and extrapolating on it. You can see the artistic mind is definitely spinning, and he looks to you and goes, "It would be my honor. Please." And he reaches forward and kind of takes your gnomish hand, and you're about 2.5 feet shorter than him, but he's like still very humble, kneels down and says, "I would be honored to do this portrait. No charge."
Please, I insist. I must give you something for your troubles.
Whatever you deem fit, Sir Gnome, but I,
What's your name, youngster?
Jameson.
Jameson. Jameson.
I like him.
I like this guy.
Look, everybody does. Until they don't.
I will, how about in return,
yeah.
I will sing your praises far and wide as the greatest artist in, where are we? Whitestone. Whiteheart. Briarstone. Heartwood.
In making that mention, his openness suddenly closes off and he withdraws. You see this fear in his eyes, and he kind of shakes his head, going, "That would be untrue, and would. I am but a simple stable hand. I can do this for you, but please, if you could keep this between us."
All right. I'm aware that some people like to be discreet about things, and that's all right with me too. Then I'll pay you the going rate for portraits of me.
Certainly. How large would you like it?
How big is the wall at Greystone?
It depends on which area. Like some of the ceilings go
by the dining room wall.
That's about.
That's like a Sistine Chapel.
Yeah, your dining area is probably about 12 to 15 feet high. The ceiling.
High? Okay, and wide?
A wide, I'd say, off the top of my head, somewhere between 40, 50 feet.
Well, I'd like to leave room for other artwork as well. So we'll say 20 by 6.
20 by 6?
Well, it's half and half.
His eyes...
20 wide, 6 high.
His eyes go wide, and he kind of nods and says, "This is a challenge. But I believe I do know someone who I could order such a grand canvas from. This can be done. This can be done." And you see he smiles for a minute, kind of takes your hand once again.
Oh my god.
This can be done.
Thank you, sir. Jameson, was it?
Jameson, yes.
You have done a noble deed for your people and for the rebel forces.
Eclipsed by the deeds you have done, so no.
Oh, that is true.
He rushes off to prepare himself.
And then one last thing.
Yes.
On a serious note, I do some research to see if me or anyone in my party could, over time and with great effort, learn the skills required to utilize a teleportation circle.
All right, so how you guys getting back to Iman?
On our horses that we own. Do we own horses?
They were eaten by harpies.
Yeah, about that.
Let's go buy some horses.
Right, I'll find us some horses.
I'd say you're looking at probably about 5 to 6 days travel on horseback to get back to Iman.
Is there a faster way?
There's no teleportation circles in there.
They don't have one.
Can't you walk us through an oak tree?
Yeah.
Yeah, walk through an oak tree.
Yeah.
All of us?
As long as we all jump within 6 seconds.
What happens if we don't?
We're left
Well, it's
behind.
1 round.
Yeah, it's
so
not
you
it's
take
not
your turn
it's
to
not a
go.
challenge really.
It's not a
Like
challenge.
it's a very short time period. Yeah, you can do that if you want.
We have an instant teleportation as the worst case scenario.
And where does it take us?
Home to our keep.
The tree sounds crazy.
Oh, actually, I might be able to get us home a little quicker.
Let's use the sentry.
Yeah, get in there.
All right. So the rest of you guys gather towards the center of the town square in the middle of Whitestone. You approach the sun tree, and Keyleth, you step forward.
I say, "Hey, Boo, I'll see you soon."
You hear the tree silently fist bump you through its arcane cage.
You be good. You take care of you, man.
Sentry? Talk to me.
You hear a voice whisper in the back of your mind, "You too, girl." As you reach out,
You're the best tree of all time.
Tolkien would be proud, man.
I think so. I think he would.
Tolkien would be proud.
As you trace your fingers across the surface of the sun tree, its large, curled boughs now starting to sprout remnants of what looks to be fresh leaves. Where your fingers trace, the bark itself seems to glow with a bright, vibrant yellowish-orange color. As you create a full oval shape that would fit most of your party, suddenly there's a sucking sound, and it's like the bark is pulled into a distant doorway, and what you can see, it's almost like someone carved a tunnel through the sun tree that traverses for about 30 or so feet.
It's like cartoon physics.
Essentially.
Yeah, we should go like soon, though, right?
Jump
now.
All of you guys come walking through, and it is a short-term tunnel. Immediately you can see the other side of it, and as you step through, you can already feel behind you the entrance closing. As you push through with Trinket and Grog pulling up the rear, you can feel the actual tunnel kind of closing behind you as you step through. All of you come bursting out of the other side of one of the trees that is currently planted inside the Temple to Sarenrae within Greyskull Keep. And as you all kind of gather yourselves and hear the closing sound of the doorway closing behind you, you glance about and can see all the stained glass, the rose bushes that are well kept. There are a series of small wooded benches that are placed in a pattern, and behind you, you see currently wiping down the stone on the front of the temple is in plain clothes, kind of a sleepy-eyed, currently woken up Pike.
Oh! Pike! Hi!
What are you doing?
Why are you sleeping outside? You have a bed upstairs.
No, I do. I couldn't sleep.
What?
I thought you were in Vasselheim.
How long have you been here? So many
Clear that up for
questions.
you. So, when you had heard that the party was going to Whitestone, you were already in fear of what may lie there, knowing the history of Percy's past and kind of hearing bits here and there. You came to try and catch them before they left, but by the time you came to Amon, they had already been there for quite some time.
You've been scrying to us the whole time from here.
I've tried. Yes, yes.
Why didn't you say anything?
I didn't think to say anything.
There was no time. There was no time. We were in battle.
We literally kicked it for a weekend and went to a festival. We could have come back.
I know, but work needed to be done. Work needed to be done.
So thoughtful, Pike. Oh, love it, friend. Oh, thanks, Pikey.
Okay.
She's so thoughtful.
As you go to the gate, you can see there standing by himself, Sikurasum. Hood back, bald halfling, helm with his tattoos greeting you. He goes, "Hello, Vex.
Hi.
I've come to request your presence at the precept stage within the Cloudtop district near dusk. All of Vox Machina."
Excellent timing, Jarrett.
The Sovereign has summoned you to the Cloudtop.
What, like now?
This evening, if you don't mind.
Oh, well, why?
Uriel and I have been in extensive discussion these past few days, and the reveal of Riskel's betrayal has had a profound effect on Uriel, and rumors have been spreading amongst the district and the higher order of the city. Now, Uriel is to make a statement regarding it, and to prevent any political intrigue, and to talk to the politically inclined populace first. And as members of the council, we would like for you to be there to help us based on the reaction, if you would be so kind.
Yes, of course, I'll tell the rest of the group. We were planning on heading out to Whitestone today, but we can put that off if it's very important.
It's rather important.
All right. Is anybody in trouble?
No. You're fine.
Vox Machina saved us from this threat. Yet again.
Okay. Well, we will be then.
Wondrous. I will notify the rest of the council. He walks away, and as he steps away, you kind of look for a second, you glance away for a second, take a look back, and he's just gone.
He is so sneaky. I really need to train with him more.
Like Batman.
Halfling Batman. The rest of you make your way to the cloud top, and you can see there is a rather large stage up against the wall. There is already a crowd gathered. You see merchants, highborn families, political guests, upper station military, a number of well-dressed representatives from all over Iman have gathered for this. Just as the sun vanishes beneath the distant horizon, a procession of palace guards approach the area, the crowd parting as Uriel arrives with the escort, flanked by his family, and the current inner council of Taldore, with Arbiter Brahm, Sikurasum, and Topher Botoris.
Any idea what all this fuss is about?
The criers said Sovereign Uriel is to make a proclamation. Seems juicy. The whole council showed up.
As cheers and light applause begins to kind of break out. Not crazy go wild, but just like...
Rich people clapping.
Yeah,
Sure.
Golf claps, yeah.
Friends and family, allies of this fair city of Iman, houses in arms to the Taldore family, guests, guardians, and law-keepers alike. I thank you for coming on such short notice. Now, it has not escaped me that talk spreads quickly within these walls, and rumors only seek to undermine trust. It is true, Lord Riskel Daxio, honored member of our council and overseer of development within Iman for many years, has unfortunately passed away. We mourn our friend, and ask you all to respect his legacy enough to not smear his name. That being said, this was just one of many hardships that have befallen our council and my family this past year. Many that have left me with a terrible burden. We've been faced with deceit, and I failed to see it. We've been beset with allies in need, and I've been non-committal in aiding them. We've been clouded by demonic powers and I failed to protect my family. And my responsibility to all of you. I look back at my bloodline, at my father, and his father before him, and I plainly see what I am not. These times are different. This wonderful city has grown these past centuries into something grand. A beacon of civilization. Here in these lands that my ancestors gave name to. My family has built us up, and I feel that there's little more my family can accomplish with the greatness of these lands. It has outgrown our meager guidance. I did not choose to be your sovereign. It was by blood that I came into this. And I did my very, very best to live up to your expectations. I can see the future of you all. And I wish to safeguard it by leaving it not in one hand, but the hands of many. As of the end of this week, I will be stepping down as your sovereign. The Tal'Dorei bloodline will no longer hold the fate of this realm. We will instead leave the council to rule.
And so, with humility, I hereby renounce the throne and cede the government to the Council of Tal'Dorei.
And he looks about at the other council members, out to you, and out to the rest of the group. There will be a chosen few, exemplary members of our society, who will step up and aid in this task, and join the council as well. You, the peoples of Iman, will be the ones to guide us to a new age of prosperity. At this point now, the claps kind of come in again and some cheers happen. There's a little bit of confusion in the crowd, but for the most part, everyone seems to be into it. At this moment, one of the guards kind of hurries up to the side of the stage, and just kind of whispers something into Asum's ear. Kind of leans over and gives a nod and a worried expression. Vex.
Yes. Yay!
We will be adding a few more.
You all right?
Remember, Liam doesn't really hate Travis in real life.
Wait. As soon as I notice that, I touch Grog and Vex's shoulders and I point up really fast.
You look up and you guys all kind of gather this as well. You can see, piercing out of some of the cloud cover above, what looks to be two fast-moving streaks of color, black and red. That's kind of...
What?
And then you can't see them anymore.
Could I tell from my favorite enemy-ness that it was dragons?
You can make a hefty perception check if you like.
23.
23. It's hard to make out details from this distance. And they're moving quick.
Black and red?
Black and red.
One black and one red?
Uriel now goes, I am beyond confident that all doubts in the capabilities of those I lead the city to, and more. And at this point you start hearing bells going off. Ding, 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 around the city.
Pillars of the community who have held up.
Tops of walls in the distance. You recognize these. These are warning bells.
Oh, shit.
At which point the crowd starts kind of murmuring and getting nervous, and Uriel kind of puts his hand up. Please, please.
Can I use my primeval awareness to see if it's actually dragons close by?
Okay, you begin to concentrate on that for the moment. Asum now steps up and says, everyone, if I might ask you to all quickly make your way to your respective homes. There is a small emergency we must attend to. At this point, you guys hear this sound and you turn around just in time to see...
And with certain fiery doom looming ahead, we have reached the end of Season 1 of the Critical Role Comparison series. Thank you, dear viewer, for taking the time out to watch my humble offerings. But don't you worry, I still have more plans for Critical Role goodness to bring your way. First up, maybe a retrospective on Season 1 of Vox Machina. Also, I have planned to do the Will Wheaton Dice Curse video that I promised. as well as some more creative Critical Role videos. Again, if you've enjoyed what you've seen, please like, comment, and if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe if you want some more. And according to my analytics, not too many people have actually seen the Orthax battle video. So if you're here, and you haven't seen it already, go ahead and take a look where I try my hand at some visual effects like I mentioned in the beginning. Also, if you haven't taken a look at any of my other videos, I have a bit of a gamer background, so if you haven't seen any of my gaming videos, go ahead and take a look and let me know what you think. Or, if you are a gamer, let me know what kind of games you think you would like to see me play. And hopefully in the near future I should have my office up and running so I'll actually be able to do some live streaming. You can come in, chat with me, and we'll see where it goes. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for your time and your viewership, and hopefully I can get more of you to subscribe, and maybe I can hit 500 sometime this year. And with my rambling complete, we'll draw this episode to a close. As always, my name is JudgementFish, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.